Hello and welcome to this video. In last video we discussed up to the ruling period of Napoleon Bonaparte. And in this video we will discuss about the women's revolution in France. Starting from the chapter, we discussed a lot about the contribution of women, like when men were away from the family contributing to the army, they were taking care of their family as well as working hard for earning livelihood, queued in line to get bread for their family, and many more. But despite of their so much contribution to help the French Revolution, yet we did not see any concern for their life and their rights. So in this video we will see that what the women of France were experiencing in all those years and what they really want for them. Women's Revolution. From the very beginning, women were active participants in the event which brought about so many changes in the French society. As we already discussed, that from the starting we already witnessed so many contribution of women. They had to look after their family, they had to be in queue in order to get bread for their family, they had to take livelihood activities in order to feed their family when the male member of the family were away from home in order to contribute to army, and so many. So starting from the beginning we already witnessed that the contribution of women was much more than it was portrayed. Let's take a sneak peek at the condition of women in French society. Most women of the third estate had to work for a living. Although the women of first and second estate were very privileged, they did not have to work. But the women of third estate had a very tough life where they had to work in order to support, in order to feed their family. They worked as seamstresses or laundries, sold flowers, fruits, and vegetables at the market, were employed as domestic servant in the houses of prosperous people. So in order to support their family economically, they had to took various different kind of work, like they did the work of laundries, means cleaning other people's cloth and pressing them and all, that is called laundry. They used to took the work of seller of flour, fruit, vegetables, anything in the market. And also they had to work as servant, they had to serve as domestic servant in the houses of prosperous people in order to get some livelihood. Most women did not have access to education or job training, and they had to took such jobs because they did not have the privilege to get educated. Now see, education is such a big deal in the past, but thankfully in 21st century, even in countries like developing countries or underdeveloped countries, mainly we people are so privileged that we got the chance to get educated, and we take it so for granted that we did not realize, or we do not realize its worth. But see how important and how a privileged thing is education. So the French women in that time were not so privileged, mainly the third estate women were not so privileged to get the privilege of education. Neither they had any scope of formal job training, and because of that they had to look for jobs like, laundering and sailor, domestic servant, in order to get some livelihood. But the daughters of nobles or wealthier members of the third estate could study at convent, and after that their families arranged a marriage for them. But the upper section or the richer section of third estate and the women of the privileged section, that is the second estate and first estate, they had the privilege to get educated. in convents, and after the completion of their study, because they belong to wealthier section, their family arranged a marriage for them. But the lower section or the poorer section of the third estate's women had to also care for their families. They had to took the job of laundries and sailors, domestic servant. At the same time, they also had to look after their families. They had to do certain activities for their family like cooking, fetching water, be in queue in order to get bread, and also look after the children's. But despite of doing so much work, their wage was very low compared to men. Because during the late 18th century in France, there was a sharp division between rich and poor, estates, male and female. So, despite of contributing so much to the family and to the society, the women were paid very less compared to men. So, in order to discuss about these discriminations and absence of privileges, they started forming clubs in order to voice their interest. In order to discuss about their interest, to give a voice to their interest, they started forming their own clubs where they could discuss about their political interest, their basic rights, and they started warning political clubs and newspapers to voice their interest. About 60 women's clubs came up in different French cities. The Society of Revolutionary and Republican Women was the most famous of them. So gradually women were also started to forming club, and about 60 women clubs were there in different areas of France. But as Jacobin was the most famous one among the men's club, the Society of Revolutionary and Republican Women was the most successful and popular one among the women's club in France during that time. The women started forming clubs and started their own newspaper in order to voice their interest, and they started all this thing in the hope of getting some attention of the revolutionary government. They hoped that their involvement would pressurize the revolutionary government to introduce measures to improve their lives. And they started forming clubs, discussing about their rights, their interest, and all. They started voicing their interest through newspapers and all. And they did all those things in order to get some attention of the changing government, and they expected that the revolutionary government will understand their point of view and would bring some laws in order to improve their lives. One of their main demand was that women must enjoy the same political rights as men. And among other several demands like demand for education and demand for formal job training and many more, among all those, one of their demand was also the right to vote, exactly like men. And not only the right to vote, also to participate in the formation of government and all. Finally, some laws were introduced to improve the position of women, like the creation of state school. State school means government funded school where they can get free education. Schooling was made compulsory for all girls, and schooling was made compulsory means a girl had to go to school. She could not skip it. Their fathers could no longer force them into marriage against their will, and also laws were introduced that none's father can force them to get married without their interest or by force. Marriage was made into a contract entered into freely and registered under civil laws. And now the marriage made a contract a legal thing. divorce was made legal and could be applied for by both women and men. And like marriage, divorce was also made legal, where a man could no longer dump his wife simply. If he decided to leave his wife, he had to go through a legal process. So, divorce was also made legal, and it was no longer a restricted privilege to only the male member, but a female can also file for divorce if she wants to quit the relationship. Women could now train for jobs, could become artists, or run small businesses. They had the facilities to get formal training for jobs, and they had more choices now. They did not have to take the job of laundries or sailor or domestic servant. Rather, they could own businesses now, so they had the facilities of formal training. But they were granted so many things, but one of the most important demand of them, which was to get equal political right as men, was still on hold. Women's struggle for equal political rights, however, continued, where several laws were brought up in order to make their life a bit easier, but their most important demand to get equal political right was not yet considered, and they yet had to fight for that. During the reign of terror, as we already discussed, that the reign of terror was named so because the rules, the impositions of the Jacobin member, and in particular the Robespierre, was so harsh that people called the period as the reign of terror. The Jacobin government was so against of women as equal as men that the new government issued laws ordering closure of women's club. Like before the coming of the Jacobin government, there was restriction on forming association of men's. The Jacobins started doing the same. They started imposing bans on women's club formation. They banned their political activities. Many prominent women were arrested and a number of them executed. Many prominent women leaders were arrested, many of them were even executed, means sentenced to death. And they did all those things in order to suppress the rising of women power. The fight for vote was carried through an international suffrage movement during the late 19th and early 20th century, and the fight for political right of women continued for a very long time, and finally in 1946 the women of France won and they were granted the right to vote. That's all about this video. Thank you.